Okay, we are recording.
Okay, I'd like to call this special meeting of the Southwestern Regional EMS Council to order. We do have a quorum present, and I would like to this time turn it over to the EMS Services Committee.
Thank you, Chairman. EMS Service Committee met just a short time ago, and we have two seconded motions to bring forward to the full council. The first motion is regarding the transfer of operating authority for Medical Transport Service, Inc. The committee held a discussion. I'll remind all committee members that, again, the only thing we can decide when it comes to a transfer of operating authority is whether the new proposed operator is fit and competent to operate an ambulance service. So a motion coming out of EMS Service Committee for that issue reads: the EMS Service Committee finds that the Medical Transport Service, Inc. is fit and competent to operate an ambulance service and recommends to the full Southwestern Regional EMS Council the transfer of operating authority from Medical Transport Service of Allegheny County, Inc. to Medical Transport Service, Inc. be approved. So I have, that's the second motion coming out of the committee. At this point, you two can call for discussion, and then when time comes forward.
So do we have any discussion on the name change or the transfer of operating authority for MTS, from MTS of Allegheny County to MTS, Inc.? So in this case, do I do a motion, or do we?
You have to do a roll call.
Oh,
Yes.
we do a roll call vote. So Doug, will you do the roll call vote?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Dan, Phil.
Aye.
Dorothy, Button.
Aye.
Ron Hassen.
Aye.
Paul Weaver. Absent. Laura Logan.
Aye.
Maggie Thompson.
Aye.
Bonnie Van Huzen.
Aye.
Thomas Sampson.
Aye.
Mona Carmel.
Aye.
Kay Bushman.
Aye.
Jen Gutman, absent. Amelia Harvey, absent. Robert Cube, absent. Chris Baker.
Aye.
Dr. Walters, absent. Ed Frederickson.
Aye.
Myself, aye. Stephen Cobb.
Aye.
Bill Johnston.
Aye.
Tim Richardson. Scott Lampert.
Aye.
Dan Marsh.
Aye.
Sue Campbell.
Aye.
Kevin Peebles. Aye. Edward Corson.
Aye.
Phil Wilson.
Absent.
Don Reisner.
Yes.
Vicky Fornes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Aye, no nays, no abstentions.
Mr. Chairman, for a matter of record, did anybody wish to declare a conflict of interest before we voted? We didn't say that. Again, conflict of interest has to be fiduciary in nature, with either potential gain or loss based on a vote, according to the SAPR rules. Does anyone in the committee feels that someone here does have such a conflict of interest? Thank you.
Okay, there was no conflict of interest. 21 aye, no nay,
No abstentions.
no abstentions.
Okay.
Okay.
The next issue was involving the expansion of primary operating territory for the Independence Emergency Squad, Inc. During the EMS Service Committee meeting, a public hearing was held. Two people testified at that public hearing, indicating that need does indeed exist. We found out that 8 letters of the solicitation letters that we sent out were returned, all in favor of this expansion. After the hearing, the committee discussed it, determined that need did exist, and we bring forth a seconded motion to the full council. The EMS Service Committee finds that need exists and recommends to the full Southwestern Regional EMS Council that the application for expansion of primary operating territory into a portion of the town of Willing, as described within the application, and as represented on the submitted map be approved. So before we turn over to discussion, I want to ask about conflict for the record.
Does anyone have a conflict of interest in the matter of the Independence Emergency Squad expansion of territory? Okay, at this time we'll do a roll call vote
Discussion.
for discussion. Any discussion on the,
Todd?
Boy, it seems like this is really a no-brainer, telephone community. I'm fully in favor of this, move forward on this matter. And meat is proven.
thanks Todd, anyone else?
Yes, Dan Imphone, and yes, there was nobody in that wanted to protest it, but the other thing I'd like to point out is there doesn't appear to be anybody that would be positioned that could service it better than what it's being serviced now. It appears that all the other squads are further away, and this seems like the right thing to do.
And Dave brings up a good point, because the definition of need, which was on our solicitation letters and everywhere else in the 06 policy statements, talks about reallocation of existing resources and things like that, and in this case, it's not feasible.
Okay, thanks Dan. Any other discussion? Dan?
Dan Marsh, just to reiterate what I said before, and I won't belabor this, but the other squads that have operating authority there are Wellsville Ambulance and Medical Transport, All-Star, who's 85 miles away. We're, off the top of my head, maybe 15 miles, and Wellsville is like maybe 12 miles. So Independence Emergency Squad is the one and only squad that's uniquely positioned to take care of these people in this poor chunk of the town of Wheeling. So I just want to go on record as being fully in favor of them getting that territory.
Thanks Dan. Any other discussion? Okay, Doug, can you do a roll call vote?
Dan Info,
Yes.
Dorothy Buck,
Yes.
Ron Hessen,
Yes.
Paul Weaver absent, Laura Logan,
Yes.
Maggie Thompson,
Yes.
Bonnie Van Housen,
Yes.
Thomas Sampson,
Yes.
Mona Carmona,
Yes.
Kay Bushman,
Yes.
Jen Gutman absent, Amelia Harvey absent, Robert Kuhn absent, Chris Baker,
Yes.
Dr. Walters absent, Ed Frederickson,
Yes.
myself, yes, Stephen Cobb,
Yes.
Bill Johnston,
Yes.
Tim Richardson, absent, Scott Lamford,
Yes.
Dan Marsh,
Yes.
Sue Campbell,
Yes.
Kevin Peebles,
Yes.
Ed Gordon,
Yes.
Bill Wilson, absent, Todd Reisner,
Yes.
Mickey Fordess.
Yes.
Twenty-one aye, 0 nay, 0 abstentions. Formula equal.
Okay, it's carried with 21 aye, 0 nay, 0 abstentions.
All right, just two things real quick. It's nice to be able to hear instead of hearing bowling balls. Boy. And then I just want to remind everybody, and it's in the minutes, but I'll be relinquishing chairmanship of the service committee after tonight. So we need to find somebody while I'm still around to help them over the next year or two do this stuff. So, all right, that concludes my report, Chairman.
Okay. I have it written in the agenda that we'll adjourn this official portion of this meeting. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Bill, Todd, all in favor? Aye. Okay. Take a
So,
break.
this is the first time we've done a big meal here,
We're done.
so please all bear with us and hopefully you all like it. So